Have you had any complete breakdowns yet? Has there been a total disaster on stage? Has there been a moment, a true learning experience?
Oh, I'm like, which one do I talk about?
3, 2, 1.
For Audio Technica and AT1 Radio, this is At Sometime Somewhere. I'm Jacob Derwin. Today I'm joined by Brooks Welch, a.k.a. Soul Sugar. She's a music curator, DJ, and content creator who combines classic and modern R&B, soul, funk, and jazz. You can find her spinning the soundtrack of your life at a club near you. Brooks, welcome back.
Hi. Thank you for having me, Jacob.
Right on. I want to get a little bit into your taste because you're, 26?
Yeah, I am.
So, I don't know a lot of 26-year-olds that are into retro soul or, I mean, modern soul maybe, but does growing up in Michigan have anything to do with that? I mean, Motown is the home of Motown. I mean, I don't know. You're not from Detroit. You're from Grand Rapids.
I'm from Grand
right?
Rapids.
Yeah. So I don't know exactly how direct Motown hit Grand Rapids, but it was still in the air, I have to imagine.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. My family loves music. My grandpa was a jazz drummer.
Right.
My dad is just a music head, also has a background in music theater.
Yeah.
And then my mom loves Earth, Wind, and Fire and anything associated with them. And so, yeah, I definitely grew up on Motown with my grandma, and just music is just always around. It just feels awkward if there's no music playing. We're the family to be it's music. Anybody got a speaker.
There's got to be something.
Yeah, something needs to happen because conversations too. Yeah.
Yeah, no dead air.
None.
You said your dad was in musical theater?
Yeah, he was.
I don't think I knew that.
I don't know if I'm digging this up for him, but yeah, he definitely was. And yeah, musical theater is actually a big thing in my family too.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I remember at one point you told me about the drumming. I don't think I knew about the theater part.
Yeah, he did theater, I did theater, my mom did theater.
Oh, really?
And I have a little cousin, shout out to Kendon. He did theater.
That's
he
awesome.
does theater, self-expression, and just, I don't know, being seen has always been fun.
Yeah. So did your parents perform when you were a kid at all?
Not really. I mean, singing in church, maybe.
Well, okay.
That's performance.
I absolutely, especially depending on the church.
Yeah, real.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
I've visited a couple churches where there is no performing. It is we are speaking in Latin quietly, and we are listening to a man speak about God.
But there's really concerts,
yeah,
and I think that I remember going to the programs that were prepared and my parents having maybe solos or duos or whatever, but yeah, them singing together. I haven't heard them sing together in a long time.
They would sing together in church.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Well, yeah, they have really nice voices. They both can sing really well.
Wow. Okay, so you're surrounded by jazz and R&B and Motown and gospel.
Mainly gospel. I got into R&B on my own.
Okay.
Really. When it came to R&B, it would be more 70s and 80s. That's what I grew up on. So a lot of music, I will play a song and I just love it for what it is. Adventures in the Land of Music by Dynasty. And then I play it, say on a live stream, and then people are like, Lucchini. And I'm like, who is Lucchini? I don't know who that is. And then it's just because I know the sample. I know the original, but I don't know who sampled it. So that's my problem.
Well, that's interesting because a lot of that era gets used in so much future, I mean, everything, hip hop, techno, electronic is all over the place.
Yeah, 90s, 2000s music. I'm still educating myself on it. I don't know too much about 90s and 2000s R&B. I know more than I used to, so I got to give myself credit. But during that time, that was Mary Mary and Israel Houghton and Fred Hammond. So it was a bunch of gospel artists instead.
Were you completely out of time as a kid? Were you aware of what was happening in pop music around you?
Yeah. I was allowed to listen to secular music. It was never like that.
No, I know, but sometimes I don't know. I know for me, I turned 15 and I got really into Ben Folds, and I was the only 15-year-old I knew in 2013, not 2013, a little bit before that, 2010, listening to Ben Folds in my age bracket. You know what I mean? So I wasn't listening to Kesha. You know what I mean?
That's so real.
But were you still into everything happening around you?
Yeah, I was definitely a pop girl. I loved pop music. I know Teenage Dream, Katy Perry's front to back. I loved Justin Bieber. I loved One Direction. But I also I had an old video somewhere. Maybe it's on my childhood YouTube channel of me helping people put music on their DSi, and I used Jackson 5's "Got to Be There" as the example song. So.
Got it.
Yeah.
That explains everything.
It
right?
does.
It really does. You and I mean, I'm only a couple years older than you. We grew up on the internet.
Yes.
Plugged in. And I imagine you were too. So, and now you're a person who has created basically a whole job for yourself through posting, through streaming, through curation. Do you look back at like YouTube from when you were 13 or something? Like, are there certain creators that were kind of like focal points for you that were like, that kind of put something in your brain, so when you later on were like, I'm gonna give this a swing of my own, I'm gonna go for it myself? Were there any kind of reference points in the creators you grew up with?
Definitely. Yeah, I was very inspired by like the girls who would make music videos, and like that was like a whole era. Like everyone was maybe 11 or 12, but we would make like music videos with like the effects and like use green screen, and I've just always been obsessed with editing and video production and all of that. And there were like different different YouTubers. Like I loved the Community Channel. I loved Mika Kitty. I
haven't heard that name in a million
years. Right?
Holy cow. All right.
I really loved them. Unfortunately, I liked Shane Dawson stuff, but now it's really like
it's not unfortunately, it was an entire era of YouTube.
Yeah, and
really
I didn't know, and like nobody knew how problematic that Shane Dawson was.
We're not even gonna get it. We all liked what we liked as kids. It's okay. It's all right.
And I really liked Ryan Higa, Nika Higa.
So we're talking like the classic YouTube sketch people. Absolutely.
Yeah, I grew up on classic YouTube.
Yeah, it's formative. Absolutely. Did you ever use like a digital blue, like one of those little like camera editing systems for kids?
Oh no, I think that the most like rudimentary one was what is it, Microsoft like
Movie
Maker? Movie Maker. Yes, classic. I use Movie Maker.
Are you making your own like lyric videos? Just blue screen, white text. Oh, fabulous.
Yeah, I did.
So it's funny, you didn't just reference like people who did music, you referenced people who did comedy, you referenced people who did vlogs.
Comedy was like my first love.
Your love.
Like, like doing like skits and sketches and stuff, like complete improv. Like there's videos where it's just me pressing record. I'm like, okay, so you act like this, I'm gonna be this person. Okay, let's get started. And like no editing at all. It's like a bunch of swinging. You can hear us laughing behind the camera. It's just like so pure, very cute.
Do you see ways that those early sketches, those early videos have kind of maybe snuck their way into the way you approach professional grade editing now?
Oh, yeah. I would say so. I think I understand what will help people to stay engaged, or what I can keep in, take out, and going from like all these different softwares. So like Movie Maker, then I got into, so I went from Movie Maker to iMovie to Final Cut to Premiere Pro. And like now editing, like I use CapCut because it's on my phone, but like, I don't know, I just can kind of see it like a language. Like it's just like, it's second nature because I've just done it for so long, editing videos. But I've always wanted to make videos, like my whole life. So I'm glad I'm doing it.
Sounds like, you were doing sketches as a kid. When does music curation, when does DJing, when do the kinds of things that have brought you all this attention now come into play? Because it doesn't sound like that was the first thought.
No, like it really feels so like I didn't think I would be doing this. I'm glad that I am. I didn't know how important it was to me. It's just kind of always been there, hanging in the air, just like staring you in the face, and then it's like right in front of you. So music, was always there. I mean, I even played piano when I was a kid. The music piece comes in when I realized, I noticed the connection between what was happening with artists like Silk Sonic and the backstories that I would learn. I'm like, oh my God, like Bootsy Collins named them? Like, that's crazy. And then I'm like, okay, so does anybody else know this or care about it? Or, so then, or like Ty the Creator, he would have Charlie Wilson in his stuff. And that's just really impressive to me. And I'm like, do y'all know who Charlie Wilson is? And, Gap Band. And so I would make these connections and just post them just because I needed to find anyone who cared. It came from such a genuine place because I was literally like, if I could just put these out because I care about it, like I would be super silly in the first videos that I put out. Like I would be dancing and making jokes and like kind of adding like a comedic element to it. And I just like felt free making content about music because it just wasn't that deep to me. It also wasn't personal. I wasn't putting out like anything about my life. It wasn't like super vulnerable.
It was just something you liked.
Yeah. And then the reception was just like amazing. I've been making content for maybe, I guess it would be 15, 16 years now, like considering that I started so young. And so it wasn't like overnight success. It was just doing it because I loved it.
And you learned what worked for you.
Yeah.
Well, it's worth, so it's funny, you just said a term, like it wasn't so deep. I found you did a podcast before all this.
Oh my my God.
was what was it called?
Am I on Nardwuar right now? This is crazy.
It's not that hard to find. It's
I know, but I don't know. I feel like it's buried, but Fake Deep. Yeah, it was called
Fake Deep. So it was something you made with your friend at Howard.
Yes, Journey Harris.
So that was a podcast, from what I could tell, because like it is a little bit erased from the target.
Yeah, it kind of is.
But from what I could tell, it wasn't about, like you're saying, like about a hobby or a passion or a thing you're into. That was about like self-love. That was about like discovering yourself, like the things that are maybe a little bit vulnerable and a little bit personal.
Yeah.
So did you feel like you tried that out on this podcast and then realized like it's not about, like I can bare my soul in a different way? It doesn't have to be so direct. Is that kind of what happened, you think? Or
I think so. I think part of it, that experience was really eye-opening and understanding how to steward an audience and like take responsibility for what you put out in the world and how it impacts other people, what you promote and what you get behind. And that also really taught me a lot about like, okay, so, you might be saying these things, you might be suggesting these things, and it's like people can really listen and they might be, like, okay, like you are a leader when you are like in front of a mic, when you are in front of a camera, like, so it just really, that was a great experience to learn more about how to be responsible with what I'm saying and what I'm doing. But it's just like that vulnerability fatigue. I was not a fan. And just being like that weird parasocial relationship, or like me and Journey being great friends still to this day. And we're like really like catching up and we're talking. And then you kind of like leave the studio and it's like that conversation is like now everybody else's. It's something that I'm glad that I tried out, but I knew that it was just a bit personal. But I do want to get back into some sort of bag of getting back into my, personal self-discovery.
Sure.
Like I love that. That's like part of me, and that's like the foundation of everything.
Well, I think that I love that term, vulnerability fatigue. I think that's very valid because we were just talking about 20 years of digital video. Like, I think it's important for creators, especially young creators who are still building that life experience, who are still figuring themselves out, you're 26. You got time before you know entirely who you are.
Real.
Your frontal cortex literally just finished.
No, like
you know
it's clicking. I can feel it.
The lobe, the frontal, so like that to say, like, I think it's important to pace yourself when it comes to just giving, bearing all.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful thing to give, but you don't want to be the giving tree ending up as a stump before you're even 30. You know what I mean?
Seriously. And also just understanding like who you want to attract and what you want people to come to you for.
Yes.
Like I like people coming to me for, talent inquiries, things like that. Not bearing their soul, trauma dumping in my DMs. Like that's kind of where it got. So I was like, And the thing is though, I will likely and always have some aspect of my career or something like that where I am sharing my thoughts on things, because that's important. Like I'm a whole full person. I think sometimes even with being in music, it can be like, it's always interesting to people to find out that like I don't make music my entire life. Like I like other things. I love music though, but I have to be a full human being.
Absolutely, it's very important.
Yeah, and like any artist will tell you that.
Exactly.
You can't make an album about making an album about making an album. Like
I don't know, man. There are so many rock albums that are just about like we're a band and we're on tour. You know what I mean?
That's true.
There's such an era of
but you're
that,
gonna live a life, make songs about things, about like experiences, love, life, So the world.
How do you feel about the term old soul?
I love it.
You love it. Okay.
I do.
Okay. What about it resonates with you?
I love old soul because it just kind of shows that, I don't know, I just always resonated with it even when I was younger. Like I've always been told like, oh, like you're mature for your age, and we can get into the psychology of that.
I was gonna say, because like I forget which comedian it is, and forgive me, but there is a comedian who's they've joked, oh, he's such an old soul. Oh, that means he doesn't have any friends. You know what I mean? Like, or like, I mean, the mature thing is a whole other can of worms, but like,
it is.
But for you, like there's an authentic part of it that resonates.
Yeah. And I think like the part of it just kind of cuts through exactly who I'm trying to speak to. So that's why like all of my my demographic, I would say, or my target audience is old souls and music heads.
Yeah.
I always say that because if you're an old soul, then you likely are into 70s, 80s, older music. timeless music, I like to call it. And then music heads, meaning you are the person who like breaks down each part, even subconsciously, you just love it. It takes you, like you're raptured by it. Like, so that's why old soul is like, it just cuts right through the people that I'm trying to get straight to, like the people who get it. And they're like songs, their playlists, they look like, it could be somebody 30 years older than them. That's kind of why I like it, because that's my experience.
That's what you resonate with.
Yeah.
I love that there is a community around you that appreciates music from before your time. I'm sure people whose time it was of appreciate that it's still being heard and appreciated by another generation. How do you discuss that whole generation of music to people who maybe don't know it or are just getting introduced to it? How do you bring them in?
Well, I feel like the music speaks for itself.
I mean, it helps.
I just play a song.
Yeah.
But like playing the music, I think that people, they get it when I express how much I love it. Maybe not even by words, but just being like, let me play this for you. And then like I can't help myself but express how much joy it gives me. And then they're like, I get it. Like they're like, yeah, okay, that is good. That is good. I like it. But I would never kind of send people off and just like, go listen to this, unless like I know that they really are the kind
They're
to
committed.
do it, or like sending one song at a time, like through text or something.
Yeah.
But in general, you have to play it for them right then and there.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I realized with making content about music, was like, it's not enough for, like, I see content where people are like, the songs I've been listening to lately, and they just flash screenshots of all the songs that they've been playing. And it's like, they're not going to take your video and break that down and find each song. And they're just not. Like, people really are like, missed opportunity. You should have played the song. And I already played like 1,000 songs in the video, or like as many as I could within 1 minute.
Yeah.
And people, they want you to give it to them right then and there. And I think that has helped people get put onto music, because I'm playing a clip of it and I'm showing you the best parts that I resonate with and I feel the most. And what's interesting is like, there's not really a cheat code to the fact that what I like is what so many people like as well. So it's just kind of like that synergy. I just think is divine, because it's like, no, I really like this song. And then, it just finds who it's supposed to find. But it kind of reminds me of what Rick Rubin said about like how he just has like the audacity to just share like what he likes, and it's like that he made a job out of that, just giving his opinion. I
mean, there's like very famous clip with what was it, 99 Problems, where he's like, what if we start a cappella? What if we just try starting an a cappella? That could be cool. And now it's like the most famous like couple beats going into the rest of the song from that one note. That was just sleeping on the couch being like, hold on, I have an idea. Just roll with me on this.
And I love that. I think that's such a cool prompt to be like, wouldn't it be so cool if, like, why not, like that's what I kind of like to move towards, is just whatever I think might be cool. Not trying to take it too serious.
Can you think of any artists, any shows that you've been to that you remember seeing it live in particular and feeling something new?
Ooh, Stevie Wonder.
When did you see Stevie live?
I've seen him twice in this last tour. I saw him at Madison Square Garden. And then I saw him in Grand Rapids at Van Andel Arena.
Okay.
And that was with my parents.
That's really sweet.
Yeah, so that was like really, really sweet. They sat in front of me, and I have like good videos of them dancing to Stevie. But Stevie was different because not only is he just a legend, he's my favorite artist of all time, but when we were there, it just felt like we were in his like living room with him. Like how he made a whole entire stadium feel like a living room, I do not know. But he's just so comfortable, and he really loves us. Oh my God, I could get emotional. It's like you could tell like he really loves the people who have been supporting him all these years, and he just like talking to us, telling us stories, and then he's playing this music, and it's just like the people around him, like it was just so world class. I've never been to a concert like that. He had a full string section for Village Ghetto Land, and then he had an Overjoyed, and he had a full percussion section with like probably 8 pieces. It was crazy. And then he had like beautiful background singers who were very professional, just polished. Everybody was on it. Like,
got to be the best to work for Stevie.
The best. It was incredible. So like shout out to the band, shout out to that entire concert. And then he even had an intermission with Shalea, and she can blow. Oh my gosh. She sang Until You Come Back to Me by Aretha Franklin. And I love that song, but I never heard it sang live. And she was like, what's the the connection between Aretha Franklin and Stevie Wonder. He wrote that song.
Mm.
And so she performed it and it was just incredible. So yeah, I just love that concert. It made me feel so many things.
What have you taken from it for your own work?
I think just like the connection to people and like the humanity in it. He's so rooted in love and he's so rooted in wanting people to feel good and wanting to unite people. That is definitely his purpose. He does it through beautiful music, but I really took like, wow, you know, if you want longevity, but you also want to make an impact. And I love that he's a humanitarian.
Yeah.
So all of that, I was like, man, like that was just like such a beautiful feeling. And it just came from like such a genuine place of just self-expression. And that's what I want to do. And I feel like he is just so respected. I don't know anybody who doesn't like Stevie Wonder. Yeah. But, you know, for the people who were critics or didn't like his stuff, or, you know, maybe he was polarizing at one point, of course, with like Secret Life of Plants, like that was polarizing, especially coming out of his classic era with like Songs in the Key of Life and going straight to that, you know. He just knows like what he ought to do and that he is a vessel, and so I just love that about him.
I like the idea that no matter how big a venue is, no matter how intimidating a venue is, the goal can be to just make it feel like you're playing a hometown gig in your living room, you know?
Yeah, just be comfortable with people, you know. And I think that I personally can sometimes get freaked out and get like a little bit of stage fright. But he's been doing it since he was what, like 5 or something.
Little Stevie Wonder,
little Stevie Wonder, right? Like fingertips. So it probably is the most comfortable place in his life to him being on stage.
I mean, at this point, on the other end of things. Have you had any complete breakdowns yet? Has there been a total disaster on stage? Has there been a moment, a true learning experience?
Oh, I'm like, which one do I talk about? Man, no, I definitely have some doozies. Like closing has been something that I want to master, and I've had some closing sets that I've like talked to other DJs like, do you have experiences where you have cleared a dance floor? And they're like, yeah, you know, like, closing is tough, And it's just nice to have people in your community who they get it and they understand. And I don't, it's definitely like taboo to talk about, but mind you, I didn't think I was ever going to become a DJ. I'm very grateful for my career. Yeah. And I always do it from a prepared and a loving place, and I do my best, and sometimes I'm still learning. So, you just have experiences like that. But yeah, like I have cleared dance floors before. It happened twice. It was like after like a little art festival thing, and I think that people just wanted to go home. And that also happened at a huge room. Shout out to my friend's ex, and there was like these 2 other girls that I invited, and they stuck it out with me. They had the whole place to themselves. It was just,
oh my gosh. God bless a friend for just being the last person on the dance floor, you know?
No, really though. There's been times when I didn't know how to use a CDJ yet. And I left my board at home, and my USB wasn't properly formatted, and I was already at the gig, and it was super low pressure, but I also posted online like, I'll be here at this time. So then you have people who are visiting from town, they're bringing their parents there, right? So I had to go back home, grab my stuff, bring it back. I mean, when I really think about how many gigs I've done, those 3, they stick with me, but 3 out of how many, so
well, that's so interesting, because like you said, like you never expected this to be something you'd be able to pursue like this.
No.
It came out of creating videos.
But no, actually I started making mixes in high school, so that's kind of where it all began.
So you've been into these kind of playlist mixing, curation businesses for a long time. It's just been the execution of it live is
way new.
It's a new performance thing.
Yeah.
But you did some theater as a kid.
I did. So I kind of bring that element to it. And I think that's why I love the drama of soul music, because it's so cinematic.
It is.
It's so dramatic.
It's big.
And it's grand. So that's why I really love it. And I love like, disco, and I love just like bigger soul songs like Earth, Wind & Fire, or even Patrice Rushen, Shaka Khan, like just these artists who are just, they make these larger than life songs, Stevie as well.
Are we in a disco renaissance right now? In the last 2 years or so, there's been so much 70s all over the pop charts. Have you felt that? Or even just like around town, just around.
I feel like summer is definitely for disco.
Just
Like
even
if you think about like Doja Cat, Say So, that came out a few years ago. I'm sure.
I think of that. I think of the Dua Lipa stuff. I think of
yes.
Yeah.
So I feel like disco's not going anywhere. It's very pop. It's very fun. Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, I think that if anything is gonna be in kind of like the derivative of like funk music or soul music, it's gonna be disco that ends up in the pop charts. But what's interesting is like even bringing it back to Silk Sonic. They didn't make disco though.
No, that was like an old school R&B.
Yeah, it was like Quiet Storm almost. Like it was like Leave the Door Open was very Philly soul.
That's right.
And I mean, it's like it had strings in it, and it was like #1 at one point.
Shimmering strings.
Yeah.
Bright strings. Yeah, absolutely.
So man, and yeah, that's why they got me so excited because I was just like, I felt so validated.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, like this music is #1 right now, just off, just the strength of it being a song that people love and resonate with, and it's like. And it's good, like,
very good.
so yeah, that was really cool.
So I have a little bit of a lightning round for you.
Cool.
Back in 2021, you created a playlist on Spotify, and it was to celebrate your first 10,000 followers on TikTok.
Oh, wow.
Which is multiplied by quite a bit at this point. And you're a very prolific playlister. You've made a lot of playlists over the years, a lot of them with a decent following. But to celebrate your first 10K on TikTok, you made a playlist. And I want to name some of the songs that were on that playlist. This is a couple years ago now. I want your gut reaction to each of them.
Okay.
I want you to tell me why you love them, why you wanted to celebrate with them, why they were appropriate for this playlist, or just what you feel about them now.
Oh, fun. Okay.
Yeah. All right,
cool.
let's do it. First song, Apache, Incredible Bongo Band.
Oh, yeah. That song reminds me of like The Get Down. I love that show on Netflix.
Oh, the show.
Yeah.
I was happy to see Incredible Bongo Band and not like, I don't think people know the name of the band. They don't even know the name of the song half the time. They think it's called Jump On It.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, there's your education for you. Sweet Blue, Cleo Soul.
Oh, love that song. I just imagine the music video. But I love to mix that song with Sweet Life by Frank Ocean. And she just is such a good pocket for like neo soul. I love Cleo.
You're a big Cleo fan.
Yes. Yeah. I just saw her when she came to New York on the last night that she was here at Radio City Music Hall.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Dreamy.
Yeah, like also a world-class act. Like had like everybody was pristine and it was like beautiful. Like she has an incredible connection with her fans.
Sugar Honey Iced Tea, Khalees.
Oh, I love this song.
Not
produced
people's.
by Pharrell.
Oh, it's produced by Pharrell.
Yeah.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it's you can hear it once you know that. I just love the concept of the song. I just think it's so cute. She's like, your mama makes sugar, your daddy makes honey, and that's what makes sense to me. Like, it's just like Sugar Honey Iced Tea.
It's not people's first Khalees song that they think of.
No, right, Milkshake.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But she's got some like killer stuff when you dig around in her track list.
Yeah, but I don't know. That song just reminds me of sophomore year of college. And I remember discovering that song, also listening to Perfect Angel, Minnie Riperton's album Heavy.
Minnie Riperton. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I used to listen to that and Perfect Angel, and I don't know, it just like felt like Sunny.
How about Sunny Cologne? Guava.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Guava. Speaking of Sunny.
Right. That was smooth.
I'm pretty good at this.
Sunny Cologne makes some super nice music, like very chill, easy listening. I think anybody who likes like a bossa nova Brazilian music would really dig what he makes. Yeah.
Harvest for the World, Isley Brothers.
Oh yeah, Feel Good. Yeah, that's like cookout kind of vibes. Also very positive. One thing I miss, I feel like, about an era I was never a part of is like the music that was like, it was very, they would make stuff about social issues, and they would make things about like how you have to stand with your brother and be a good Samaritan and stuff. And like, it would just be fire though, like objectively well done musically. And it was never corny or preachy. And they just got away with it. I don't see too many artists doing that right now, but I know Victoria Monet has attempted to do that with a song that she has called like Everybody Needs Someone. And I think maybe Hollywood off of her album, but yeah.
Do you think that part of that is just because we're all a little bit more jaded, a little more cynical at this point?
Maybe. I just wonder if it would take the right person to make a song like that. I think Cleo Soul has with Know You Are Loved.
Okay.
Songs like that, you know.
Unfortunately, I'm trying to think through my memory banks of what I think the most socially impactful songs of the last decade or so have been, and like I hate to say it, but like I think Macklemore might have got it with
I'm screaming, yeah.
yeah, kind of. What was it? Real love? What is it called? What's it called?
Something like that. It was like, oh, I know what
there was
you're
a gay
talking about.
rights song, basically.
Yes.
And I'm like, you know what? I mean, it kind of moved the needle a little bit for a lot of people.
Right. Okay. They're like, actually, yeah. Like when you put it behind that melody, like, yeah. You know what?
I mean, pretty,
love is love.
Yeah. There you go. Not to talk ill of Macklemore. I'm just, we're talking about these like classic soul acts, and it's like actually Macklemore did it. Yeah. Last one, Baby, I'm Scared of You by Womack and Womack.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
That's when I started getting into like more, man, I think that obviously there's subgenres of soul music, but that's very like gritty. Like people who like Womack and Womack or Bobby Womack.
Yeah.
Are
I know more Bobby stuff. I don't know a lot of the duo stuff.
Yeah, like they're very that's like gritty soul, like straight up. Like the people who probably love Womack and Womack probably wouldn't rock with Silk Sonic.
Like these goofballs.
Yeah, no,
these
literally
idiots.
That polished pop stuff.
Yeah, right.
You know.
Actually, I do have one more because you've mentioned them earlier. Can't Let Go, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, that's my favorite Earth, Wind, and Fire song.
It's your favorite? I mean, there's only 10 million songs.
Yeah.
How do you pick that one? My gosh.
It's just immediately,
Yeah.
like as soon as you play it, like
yeah.
it's just like. But the thing is, Earth, Wind, and Fire, their intros are incredible. So I feel like
They
being
catch
raised
your-
on Earth, Wind, and Fire, their intros, it makes me an intro snob. Like I need to love it as soon as I press play, or I will still give you a chance, but I'm not loving it like how I could if you just got
You
me.
can start on the right foot if you just hit me with a solid intro.
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's like the formula of like Michael Jackson's old stuff, Stevie's, Earth, Wind, and Fire's, like just the greats. They know like the intro has to be fantastic.
You got to pull someone in right away. You're also
Yeah.
very much a YouTube person who's like, you have 30 seconds before I
That's
click away off this
true.
video.
That's true.
All right. I mean, we are at the end of our little chat here, Brooks. It's been so wonderful to see you again.
Yeah, you too.
Tell the people where they can find you if you want to be found.
So you can find me at Soul Sugar Joint on Instagram, TikTok, SoundCloud, YouTube. Man, what else? Bandcamp.
The branding is consistent.
Like, yeah. You'll find me.
And you can find us at AT1 Radio. That is AT_ONE_radio. And of course, you can learn more about Audio Technica, its many excellent microphones and headphones like these, and more on our website, audiotechnica.com, audio-technica.com. Thank you, Brooks.
Thank you.
All right.